dedicated to eastern and southern Kentucky. This is WYMT Mountain News Weekend Edition.
Good evening, I'm Keaton Hall. Health outcomes reporting from 2019 updated to include COVID-19 deaths through 2022 list eastern Kentucky counties as some of the worst in the state. WYMT's Zach Hawk has more from a pop-up clinic in Hazard, provided by a national nonprofit that hopes to change that.
The Remote Area Medical, or RAM, Volunteer Corps brings free, quality health care to underserved communities thanks to professionals like Marianne Comparoni, who lend time and expertise.
Most people need dental and vision. They do not have the insurance to pay for it or the money to pay for it. It's expensive. Medical is also expensive.
RAM Clinic Coordinator Kim Falkenbury says patients began lining up at 5 p.m. on Friday at East Perry Elementary School.
Dental fillings, cleanings, and extractions. We have full vision exams, including free eyeglasses, and we have some general medical, some women's health available.
Despite a pandemic, RAM funding coordinator Josh Brown says last year they served nearly 25,000 people more than $7 million in health services.
Our donors and volunteers are the backbone of what we do. The volunteers provide the labor and the expertise that we need, and the donors provide that all-important funding so we can provide those services.
Comparoni is from Bell County, but after 8 years with RAM, she has been all across the country and has not lost her passion to serve.
If we can make one pair of glasses for one 5-year-old and he goes, oh my gosh, that's red, not pink, makes your day.
Making sure days for Eastern Kentuckians are a little bit healthier.
That's what we do. Are we tired? Yeah. But it's a good tired. It's not a, yeah, that's just what it is.
The RAM Clinic continues on Sunday until about 6 or 7:30 p.m., with officials saying to show up early. In Hazard, Zach Hawk, WYMT Mountain News.
The RAM Clinic relies on anywhere from 200 to 300 volunteers over the course of a weekend, with many traveling long distances for a chance to serve. Some of these volunteers have years of professional medical or dental experience, but many of them are still students who benefit from providing the services under the direction of the pros, nearly as much as the patients benefit from receiving the care.
Always coming to these communities and helping out any way that we can is so fulfilling because they're such grateful people, and it's just an awesome opportunity to come and give health care to people that actually deserve it.
For more information about Remote Area Medical, look for our article on WYMT.com. Today, University of Kentucky kicked off a new program aimed at identifying risk factors for dementia. The Sanders Brown Center brought its research in healthcare to a fair in Frankfort. The center partnered with the church there to give screenings that would help identify any issues and prevent memory loss. Dr. Elizabeth Rodas, UK Assistant Professor at Sanders Brown Center of Aging, said identifying risk factors like diabetes, obesity, and tobacco use early on is key.
We are getting closer and closer to these different studies who are getting, FDA approval to help with these diseases early on. What can we do today?
As a portion of Kentucky's population gets older, Rodas wants to empower them to look out for their health and know the risk factors of memory loss. Rodas also said common risk factors like diabetes and obesity disproportionately affect African Americans. Well, did you find yourself waking up at strange times after testing positive for COVID? A new study says you're not alone. More than 40% of patients battling long COVID experience moderate to severe sleep disturbances. Doctors at Cleveland Clinic say Black patients are 3 times more likely to deal with those sleep disturbances. Long COVID patients with higher body mass indexes or struggling with anxiety disorders are also impacted. One person has died after a motorcycle crash on I-64 in Carter County. Kentucky State Police say this happened around the 161-mile mark in the westbound lanes. This is around the Olive Hill exits. The crash happened just after 3 p.m. Traffic is shut down in the westbound lanes, and KSP are asking drivers to avoid the area if they can. Drivers can detour to US 60 at exit 161, then re-enter at exit 156. If you're going to be traveling north on I-75 this week, you may want to listen up. The Kentucky Transportation Cabinet says the right lane of I-75 northbound at mile point 21 in Whitley County is going to be closed Monday from 7 a.m. to 3 p.m. So if you use the interstate for your morning commute, KYTC is asking you to expect delays and be aware of the work zone. Well, it's happened. The national gas price average has reached $5 for the first time ever. The bit of good news, here in Kentucky, we're holding steady with an average at $4.79. Motorists in parts of the country, especially California, well, they're paying well above that. The national price has jumped 19 cents in just the past week, and it's up nearly $2 from this time last year. To compensate, Americans are traveling less. The amount of fuel consumed last week was down 3% from the previous week and 6% from this time last year.
All is quiet across the mountains this evening. Let's start over at I-75 in Mount Vernon. All is quiet. We are looking at a few clouds back in the distance, but overall not bad as we go through the rest of this evening. Current temperatures in the upper 70s and lower 80s. 80 in London, 81 for Somerset, 77 in Jackson, and 75 the current temperature over in Pikeville. A clean sweep on Pinpoint Doppler, and this quiet weather will continue as we go through the rest of this evening. If you have any plans to be out at dinner, temperatures falling into the middle and upper 70s. The forecast is looking pretty good for now, but we are watching out for possible showers and storms as we get into your Sunday, and then a big warm up on the way by next week. I have that full forecast coming up in just a little bit. Keaton.
Thank you, Cameron. Today, over 60 million people are under heat alerts. It's going to affect people from California all the way to Louisiana. Heat alerts include excessive heat watches, excessive heat warnings, and heat advisories. Feels like temps in the central and southern plains could approach 113 degrees, especially in South Texas. But the heat will shift into the central and eastern states like here in Kentucky. So, like Cameron alluded to, be prepared for the heat and stay hydrated. Folks took to the streets in Pike County and Mingo County, West Virginia this morning for the 2022 Hatfield-McCoy Marathon, Blackberry Mountain Half Marathon, River Road Half Marathon, and the Jeannie River Memorial 5K. WYMT's Jordan Mullins has more from all those and from the runners and race directors at the event.
The 23rd annual Hatfield-McCoy Marathon kicked off in Pike County on Saturday morning with a bang.
We are the longest running marathon here in the state of Kentucky and also in West Virginia. So remember, this race goes through 2 states, so that's pretty cool. It's very unique. The history is what's rich about this race.
Folks from across the region came out to join in on the run, some for their first ever marathon, and others with a bit more experience. Pike County native B.J. Fuller has participated in marathons in several states, but this year is his 8th time running in an event at the Hatfield-McCoy Marathon races.
There's just something about your hometown race. There's something about an event that started in your backyard. There's something about an event that has lasted for over 20 years and is still going strong, that brings people from all over the country to our neck of the woods.
Along with locals, folks from across the country and across the world also came out for the event.
We have about probably 40 states coming and probably about 2 or 3 countries here. So they come from all over.
To experience feud sites and the beauty of Appalachia.
To have people travel to come and see us just takes it to a whole different level.
And to challenge themselves.
And I think a lot of people love it because it is one of the hardest races in the country. Again, due to the humidity, the terrain and everything. But today it's a different story because the weather's perfect.
Going for a run.
No feuding, just running.
Without stirring up a feud. In Pike County, Jordan Mullins, WYMT Mountain News.
Both Batauza and Fuller said they were thankful for the wonderful weather, even if it was just a bit damp. Batauza also said around 500 runners competed in the 4 events. If you're looking for a way to get out of the heat and have some summer fun, a new water park may be just right for you. New inflatable water park opened today in Louisa at the Cove Water and Inflatable Water Park and Slide. General admission to the park and beach is just $1. But it's a little more if you want to hang out on the inflatables. $5 for kids and $8 for adults. Kayaks are also available for rent. Today's free fishing day for any volunteer state viewers out there. The Tennessee Wildlife and Resource Agency announced the annual event Tuesday. Anyone without a license could fish for free in Tennessee's public waters. In addition to today, any kids age 15 and under can fish for free all week through Friday, June 17th. Louisville is known for horse racing and basketball, but a new sport is joining those ranks, pickleball. It's a combination of tennis, badminton, and ping pong, and now the World Pickleball Tour is coming to Louisville. Over 200 athletes will be competing in Tom Sawyer State Park this weekend to see who's the best.
Now, we like to call it America's leisure sport because that's what it is. It's easy to pick up, you can relax, you can have fun, you can play, and then people fall in love with the game because of how easy it is to learn. And just kind of the addictive nature of it. It's pretty fast paced and you get good at it quickly. So anytime you're good at something, right, you want to keep playing. So
the purse for this weekend's tournament is $5,000. That's going to be split up between the first place winners. We'll be right back after this.